Imagine this. 3 seconds that change everything. A young coder, sleep-deprived, surrounded by empty coffee cups, hits the enter key and an algorithm he created does something no computer on Earth has ever done before. In that moment, everything shifts. This story begins long before that keystroke. It begins with a young man named Ethan Reyes, a quiet coder who never believed he was extraordinary. He didn't come from elite schools, he didn't have wealthy parents, and he certainly wasn't the loudest voice in any room. But he had something far more powerful, an unshakable curiosity. As a child, Ethan loved puzzles, not just solving them, but understanding what made them solvable. He would spend hours arranging little pieces of paper on his grandmother's kitchen table, trying to find patterns and randomness. His grandmother used to smile and say, "One day, this boy will decode the world." Years passed, and Ethan grew into the type of student teachers described as brilliant but restless. He didn't just want answers, he wanted to understand the structure behind the answers. To him, the world was a network of systems, signals, patterns, problems waiting to be solved. While other students memorized formulas, Ethan wrote small programs to test them. While others studied case studies, Ethan built simulations to break them. But life wasn't easy. Money was tight. He had to work part-time jobs to pay tuition. He often coded on borrowed laptops that crashed without warning. His apartment was so small he joked that if he stretched his arms too wide, he'd open the front door without meaning to. Still, none of that mattered. Because Ethan had a mission, he wanted to build something that mattered. Something that helped real people. Something that, in his words, made the world think better. His inspiration came unexpectedly. One summer, his grandmother fell ill. Hospitals were overwhelmed, emergency rooms were unpredictable, and resources were stretched thin. Ethan would watch stressed nurses, overloaded systems, and mountains of patient data that nobody had the time to analyze fast enough. The inefficiency bothered him deeply. He kept thinking, there must be a better way. The data is all there, so why can't anyone see the patterns? That question would become the seed of everything that followed. Back at school, Ethan started researching real-world systems. Power grids, emergency response times, disease outbreaks, traffic flow, climate patterns. He realized something shocking. The world wasn't suffering from a lack of data, it was drowning in it. Millions of numbers, millions of signals scattered across millions of systems, and not enough human minds to make sense of them. Ethan became obsessed. What if there was an algorithm, a single, adaptive, self-learning algorithm that could take massive, chaotic data streams and predict real-world events with incredible accuracy? Not just analyze the past. Not just summarize the present, but forecast the future in ways humans couldn't. He knew it was possible. Alan Turing once showed the world that machines could think. Ethan wanted to show the world they could anticipate. So, he began. Night after night, Ethan coded in his tiny room. He studied neural networks, temporal models, probabilistic reasoning, reinforcement learning, anything that brought him closer to the idea. He built prototypes that failed in spectacular ways. Sometimes the algorithm spat out nonsense. Sometimes his computer overheated. Sometimes he felt he was chasing a ghost. People doubted him. Professors told him his ambition was too broad. Peers told him he was overcomplicating the problem. Friends told him to slow down, relax, enjoy life. But Ethan couldn't. He felt deep in his bones that he was on the edge of something transformative. The breakthrough came on a night he almost gave up. It was 2 a.m. Ethan sat in darkness, illuminated only by the glow of his monitor. He stared at a dataset so large it froze his machine 3 times already. He whispered to himself, just one more try. One more iteration. He refined the structure, adjusted the recursive layers, tweaked the feedback loops, and hit enter. Nothing happened. He waited. Still nothing. Then suddenly, the impossible. The algorithm didn't crash. It adapted. It reorganized the data in real time. It detected patterns no human could see. It predicted outcomes with uncanny precision: energy demands, hospital influxes, weather anomalies, supply chain issues, potential crisis points. It could see connections between systems that had never been compared before. Ethan's heart raced. His hands shook. He had created something that wasn't just smart, it was insightful. A tool that could save lives, prevent disasters, optimize systems, and help governments make decisions with unprecedented clarity. He named it Horizon because it could see what others couldn't. But Ethan faced a dilemma. Companies wanted to buy Horizon for billions. Governments wanted exclusive control. Corporations saw profit. Militaries saw strategy. But Ethan? He saw humanity. He knew that the world needed Horizon, not just the powerful. So, he did something radical. He made Horizon open source. Accessible to anyone, free. The world exploded. Hospitals used Horizon to predict patient surges weeks in advance. Farmers used it to anticipate drought patterns. Cities used it to avoid traffic catastrophes. Disaster relief teams used it to prepare for storms before they formed. Small businesses used it to optimize operations. Students used it in science fairs. Innovators used it to build new systems Ethan couldn't have imagined. Horizon became the backbone of a smarter world. News outlets called Ethan the coder who gave the world foresight. Tech leaders called him the modern Turing. His grandmother, now healthy again, called him the boy who kept his promise. But Ethan didn't see himself as a hero. He saw himself as proof that one determined mind, one laptop, one idea pursued relentlessly, could reshape reality. And that brings us to you. As you hear this story, understand something powerful: breakthroughs don't require permission. Innovation doesn't demand perfection. Greatness doesn't come from wealth, status, or ideal conditions. It comes from persistence, from curiosity, from the courage to chase a problem nobody else is brave enough to try solving. Ethan didn't create Horizon because he was the smartest person in the room. He created it because he refused to stop trying. And if you're listening right now, wondering whether you have what it takes to build something meaningful, to write that line of code, start that business, craft that idea, launch that dream, the answer is yes. Absolutely yes. Your background doesn't limit you. Your circumstances don't define you. Your doubts don't control you. Your vision does. So start. Messy. Start small. Start imperfect. But just start. One day, someone might tell your story, a story about a person who changed the world not because they were ready, but because they began. And if this story ignited something in you, motivated you, or reminded you of your own potential, do me a favor, like this video so more people can discover it. Share it with someone who needs a spark, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss powerful stories like this. Stories designed to inspire the next generation of innovators, dreamers, coders, and creators. You are one decision away from your breakthrough. Now go write your algorithm for the future.